Welcome to Asto Clinics. What follows is an extract of a podcast that was produced by Holly Moore of Make Events and Anything is Possible. Thank you, Holly. In this video, you will see Dr. Kostas Papageorgiou, Steve Turnock and Holly Moore discussing group therapy for the treatment of OCD. Thank you.
Why treat people with OCD, with other people with OCD in a group? Why not go down the traditional route of offering one-to-one? After all, that's what most people's ideas of therapy is about.
Yeah.
And it's true. Obviously, traditionally, we have treated OCD individually, face-to-face, one-to-one. But over time, the notion of treating people together, not because it was just more cost effective, but it was more clinically effective, it actually gained momentum. I personally thought, to start with, well, you can't treat people with OCD in groups. They need the attention, the one-to-one attention. But actually, I was proven to be wrong. I actually found that when you treat people with other people with OCD in a group, there are things that happen that sometimes don't happen individually, or they take quite some time to happen. And you and Steve would be able to confer that. And it's almost like the penny dropping moments happen a lot quicker. Because you hear other people trying things out and you think, oh, I didn't do it that way. Perhaps I should try it that way and see how it works out for me. And I think that's the power of the group of people who are working together for a common goal, which is let's get together, and if we can help each other, we're helping ourselves as well. When you're in a group setting and you hear other people's obsessions, for instance, thoughts or feelings, you might think, that doesn't bother me. Or I don't have OCD. Maybe they don't have OCD. Oh, that other thought doesn't bother me either. And the reality is that you're only going to be bothered by something that is personally relevant to you. So, for instance, if hygiene, high standards of hygiene are really important to you, then you're going to be troubled by contamination-related thoughts. Okay. If harm and if fear of causing harm to vulnerable people is important to you, the harm-related thoughts, sexual obsessions, for instance, they might trouble you much more, really. But one of the key features of the group setting is that you actually start to realize that it doesn't matter what we think, whether it's about harm or contamination or wanting things to be just right, just so. What matters is the form that they all take, because if you remember, and Steve will remember that in your groups, you all had one common thing, which is the way you experienced OCD and you dealt with it, irrespective of what you were worrying about. It was irrelevant, wasn't it? And that's what we change. We don't change what we think, because the reality is that what we think is normal. We all think thoughts like that. And some of your listeners might be thinking, really? Even extreme thoughts like sexual obsessions or religious obsessions? Yes, all of them. And there is enough research out there to provide evidence that our thoughts, no matter how bizarre or strange might be, they're normal. It's what we do in response to those thoughts that actually can contribute to people developing OCD.
I think the thing that's also relevant with the group setting is you can't catch OCD. Because we deal with that in week one, don't we? Which is, I'm here, I've got a fear, as mine was, of harming people. No issues with contamination at all. I can't catch that from them. So, from a group setting, there's no danger in that whatsoever.
It's like